In this video, I wanted to demonstrate the purchase order side of things, where how difficult it is to create a purchase order. Um, Let me just show you an existing purchase order right now. We'll just pull up this one here. A lot of the stuff that we use, we know is by part number. Um, and these all have UPCs. This is much like the sales order side of things. Same exact scenario where we have to look up items by the sales order, by the part number, and not necessarily the UPC, because we don't always know this right here. One of the things we're wanting to do is, just like the sales order side, is have the part number. We still need the UPC code over here so we can verify it, and it's also printed on the purchase order, but we also need a part number column added in here. Then we'll put these columns on the other side of the description. Unit of measure is not really that important to us. The purchase account, all this other stuff really doesn't mean a whole lot to us because they're just a given. It's just basically probably slowing the system down, trying to figure out why that's happening, populating all that stuff. Line item number, those normally are over here on the very far left hand side, just like your number in a page, and we can see what line item. We can search by line item, but right here you can see the UPC code and what a purchase order looks like. Now I'm going to walk you through creating it and how difficult it is sometimes to create a purchase order. So we'll come through, we'll go to purchasing, new purchase. We're just going to pick a generic supplier. We'll pick 511. And we'll have our discount and other stuff, but trying to add the item in, find the item, this is just for the dashboard and all that, but we have to manually come through here and try to find it somehow. Supplier, I have no idea. All this stuff, this is basically useless information other than maybe last cost. This is a given. We know the supplier. It'll only populate the supplier that's up here. So all this is basically needless information. The only thing we really need is the UPC code. We don't need this item code on any of the views. It's just a unique identifier. The description in case we're looking for something in particular, and a part number. It may be last cost, but the rest of the stuff, we really don't use any of this stuff over here. This is all, you can see some stuff is in there 2 and 3 times, so that's not really necessary. But if we're looking for a particular pouch that we want to buy from 511, say, I don't know the part number, but I know it's called a Rush. Most got Rush in a description somewhere. I can come over here, and a good thing I really like about the matrix items is it has the attributes in it. Unlike inventory stock items, it just has a description, even though the color code and all that there, once we add it into a matrix, then it has all this other stuff. I really like this over here. But if we, and it helps that we don't have the part number. So if I know if it's a Rush 24 black or flat dark earth, whatever, I can sort by whatever it is. And this is going to be kind of confusing. This can create some issues. I'm not sure if we can block it. But it can cause an issue in the future, is this matrix group. I know in iCode, if you try to create a sales order or a purchase order with a matrix group number, it wanted to add all the items in that matrix group to the sales order or purchase order, and basically it locked up the system. So if that happens with this one, I'm not going to test it because I don't want to mess anything up, but that did happen before. Matrix group is not something we order by anyway. The only things we're ordering is matrix item, stock, and sometimes non-stock items you have to add to a PO. But because I knew this was called a Rush 24 or whatever, it's easier for me to find it this way. But if I had the part number, and see, I still don't know the part number here, but say if I knew the part number is a 78244, or I'm sorry, 75241, that's a very popular part number. See, it only comes up with this one right here. A 75241 is a very popular item that we sell a lot of, that I can't pull it up by that right there. So inventory, item, find items. It's taking just a little while. But what I'm getting at is the 74251 is a part number, and it's a very popular part number that we order a lot of. But I can't bring it up on the PO side with what I know. It's wanting the UPC code. Much like the sales order video I made yesterday, same situation. The rest of this information looks really good. The vendor part number, GST part number. Okay, you can see the 74251. And that's one of the frustrations, is not be able to search feature. And I'll make another video for that one. But you know, if I click on this column, I want to search by 74251 in this column. But what the system wants to do is it wants to create a search for any of the, I think there's 4 columns that it includes for a search feature. Even though I click on this one, type 74251, if it happens to be in this column, it'll find it too. But anyway, this is what I'm talking about, is trying to find these to put them into a purchase order. So what I'm proposing is that we have a regular purchase order just like this one here. We have an item code, a vendor part number, the item description, and then these 3 columns, the order, received, and received in base, all down here on the end, just like it would print on a purchase order, a sales order.